There we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Coffee Review. It is a beautiful Tuesday. Here it is, September 28th already. Holy cow. I've been gone for a couple weeks. I'm happy to be back here with my team, Michael Chave, DJ CJ, all of you beautiful people out there in YouTube land. Good morning. How's it going today, Michael?
Going well. We are finally cooling down here in Arizona, so I am a happy camper. And I am happy because today is XCON and we get to learn some things finally.
Right? We get to learn things. And I say that like that, but we learn all the time, right? Every episode we do of Morning Coffee Review, we're learning something or we're learning as we, do our day jobs. But today's XCON. What is XCON, Michael?
So XCON is you used the term earlier. I'm more of used to like conventions in terms of that atmosphere of naming it, but it's more of it is a digital convention. Is that would you agree with that, Jason?
A digital convention for ex-convicts. Wait, no. It's Bluebeam Extreme.
Yes.
Conference. See, there we go. So it is a digital conference, and it normally would be in person, and this is what we're dealing with this day and age, is doing more digital conferences, and I know we're all kind of over it, but it's going to be pretty cool.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. They have I know the second day, so the opening notes are today, and then they have their product keynote, which is definitely going to be important to check out. Amanda was hinting to some drops that they might have, so I highly recommend. Those are the free sessions. If we weren't able to register and pay for the event, there are two. You could still sign up for the free portions, which is the opening keynotes and the product keynotes. They also had awards that were the free as well. I think there was one other item later in the day on the first day. It is 2 days. It's today and tomorrow.
Yeah. So what time does it start? Because I was looking at mine and it was saying, 8:30, 9:30, but this is a global event. So it didn't really say a time zone. So I was a little confused and I didn't want to look it up because we're doing this right now.
Yeah, it's on my schedule and it is 8:30 my time.
Okay.
So it's PST Central. Well, I think it says Mountain Standard Time, which is PST right now.
I can't keep track.
Yeah.
Anything west of the Red River of the North, I'm lost on. So
yeah, it is definitely my time zone, which is 8:30 is when the first opening keynote starts to 9. And then from there, you get to pick your sessions that you want to join or you want to attend. There are 3 morning sessions at 9:15 to 10 a.m. There's actually one that goes to 10:05. How funny. There are 3 morning ones. Then one of them, do we want to go over what they are? I guess.
Well, I'm just going to say it's now that we've confirmed the time zone. So thanks for that, Doug. 8:30 Pacific. It will start the kickoff. So when this wraps up is right when that's kicking off. So that's kind of why we're doing this kind of tailgate type of pre-show for XCON.
Because
if you haven't registered already, it's not too late, and it's $99. That was right? $99.
Yeah, 99.
2 days.
I don't know if there's tax. That's something we'd have to figure out.
I don't know if there is for a digital thing because it's not being anyway. $99 gets you 2 full days of great content from a lot of great speakers. Some of the timing is a little weird. Some are 10 minutes, some are 20 minutes, some are an hour. There are a couple classes where I was looking at the description, I was blown away. Like, that's a thing. So I'm excited to go check it out. Now,
I'm pretty sure
I hate this
DJ
website
CJ
so much.
I'm pretty sure DJ CJ can send us a register link for anyone that needs it as well. I couldn't find it, DJ CJ. Otherwise, I would have done it.
She's on it.
Because mine's just going to Attendee Hub, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, because
right.
Fortunately enough, I'm going. So
right.
I am an attendee. But yes, this website, Jason and I have talked about it. It's a little bit too much, but hey, XCON's going to be great. Here's the schedule, 8:30 to 9 a.m. opening keynote, product keynote. Bluebeam Awards on the second day, and then the other free event is the special hosted by the B1M, I believe is free as well. Don't quote me on that one. If you sign up though, Amanda was talking about it. She emailed me back. You still get access to the free videos, even if you can't attend. So if you're signing up for free, you still will get video recordings of everything that took place. That was the free portions. I didn't ask her about the paid for portions. If you don't want to attend them, do you get them if you signed up?
Yeah, that's what I would want to know, because I've got some calls and stuff where I won't be able to attend everything, but I'm going to, any free time I have, I want to be logging in. So if I miss something, I would like to see a recording, but we'll see what happens. Certainly there's a lot of great info. And as I mentioned, there's stuff that blew me away. I didn't know that was possible. And I'm always looking to add to my repertoire.
Yes. I love learning new aspects, as we do every day here. But we actually are able to go and decide to pick what we want to learn this time around, which is awesome. So we get to put on our learning hats when we have some free time in our busy day for Jason and myself to go and pick up and learn some of these classes. And that was the other thing. I agree. I wonder, because there's like 4 stacked in this morning session, and it's kind of the same, right? 4 different ones you can pick from. Do we get recordings of all of them so we could go back and watch? That would be another question too.
Because I did have a hard time picking classes, and I did love that they had it separated by beginner, intermediate, and advanced.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Here's the free word register.
Yeah. So the opening keynote, which will start right after Morning Coffee Revu ends this morning. And then
it's not right after, it's like an hour.
I don't know how clocks work, Michael. Come on now. You know this.
Yeah. So no, yeah, it's an hour. So we end at 7:30 PST. And then
Yeah, I should be looking at your clock, 6:30. And it's 8:38 here.
So we early.
Okay, that's fine.
It's starting, you can tell it's starting to get winter out here, because it's just started to be a little light out. And usually right now it's bright out.
See, okay. You just said you can tell it's not summer, it's winter now. There's a whole season in between there. And that's what we're in right now and up in Minnesota. All the leaves are just doing a little fireworks show. It is amazing. But it's fall right now, Michael. There are more seasons when you live somewhere other than Arizona.
We don't experience fall.
I know.
We don't have fall. Our leaves don't drop. They just they don't take their time to drop and change colors. They just fall off, or they're on the tree.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
You can just tell because everybody starts wearing hoodies. And it's like, it's still 65 degrees. It's fine.
Or we wear sandals until, I call them mandals for me, but I wear them until probably I usually notice it towards the end of October is when we start getting cooler, because you're like, oh, it's Halloween and I have to wear a jacket.
Yeah. And like everybody's wearing North Face like they're going to Mount Everest, when it's really just 45 degrees and you're going to the grocery store.
Yep.
Anyway, so forgive our little side rant on time zones and seasons. Back to XCON. So DJ CJ posted the link inside of our chat. About
it's currently 84 out there.
Yeah, right. Sidetrack me.
70 here.
The link for XCON if you wanted to register. So check it out. $99. I mean, that's pretty good for a virtual event, honestly. And don't hold me to this, but they did ask for a t-shirt size when you registered. So I'm guessing.
Did they?
There might be some sort of
so I messed up because I registered free, because like I'm not going to be able to make any. I'm doing trainings, and then a trainee wanted to switch one of their trainings around. So it's like, oh, cool, so I can register. So I had to email them to switch mine to a paid event. So I'm wondering if I go into my thing, if I need to redo some kind of things.
Well, we'll see what happens, but it's still really cool.
I'm so upset if you get a t-shirt and I don't.
Well, it is what it is. If you read the fine print, Michael, there's swag potentially to be given away from Bluebeam Extreme, which is a good segue into today. Because if you're joining us here in Morning Coffee Review, we might have some swag to give away of our own. And before we started, we had the option of choosing ourselves, but instead, that's DJ CJ. So if you're lucky, you'll get an email, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, saying, hey, if you send me an address, maybe there's something in it for you. So we'll see what happens there.
The best email to have.
The best email to have. So, you know, if you are watching XCON and you're glued to the monitor, still, you know, maybe keep your ATG events email notifications going, because there could be something exciting for you.
And did we come up with criteria of how we're going to do this? Giveaway today.
I don't know. To be determined. But usually, you know, given the history of Morning Coffee Review, this isn't the first time that we've given stuff away. And it's usually because class interaction. And, you know, maybe if you ask questions, maybe if you engage us in the chat, maybe if you, you know, do a couple of little teacher's pets type of stuff, maybe that'll do something. So
No.
DJ CJ's got her own tricks, and maybe she'll share them with us. But probably it's the secret. She's got all sorts of magic tricks.
You two want an apple?
I already had an apple for breakfast. Thanks very much. You're gonna have to try.
I guess the question would be, what type of apples would we be getting?
It's true. Fuji. Ooh. Here's a comment from Matt. Thanks for this, Matt. All the XCON FAQ says that all sessions will be recorded and available in the virtual attendee hub after each broadcast.
Ooh, look
That's
at that.
fantastic news. That was something that I wasn't sure of. Oh, hey, look at that. Will there be an app? Oh, no app. Oh, there is an app. Look at that. App will be available in September. Now, I don't know if I want an app for this. I think the website's fine, right? But I suppose if you are listening, maybe that's giving you an opportunity to participate, you know, mobilely. Maybe if you're on your way to work or, you know, out on a job site. Yeah, there's a lot.
I did
of good
see
stuff
this.
Here.
This was pretty cool that somebody could take your place.
I'm going. Sorry, Michael. I can't just give you my stuff.
I'm going too. I'm going just the first day though. I have training tomorrow as well.
Well, what are you gonna go to today? Let's go take a look at your choices.
Okay. Mine is on this left-hand side here. Home. Right? All sessions. So this first one I picked was the 9:15. So this is what I will be doing today. It was between this E one, the government one, because we do have a lot of government clients, and I was like, maybe I want to do the E plan reviews. But I wanted more site logistics and information about con stuff. So I decided to go on this one, which is the advanced use of Bluebeam for constructability reviews.
That's something that we talk about a lot here, is constructability, reviews, things like that. But look at this. I mean, it's got all sorts of different things. And again, it shows the hands-on examples and the real world construction projects. And that's where, you know, here on the Morning Coffee Review, we show a lot of different things, but those are more of a demo. We don't have the, you know, the real world stuff that we can run out to because we're not involved with that on a day-to-day basis like some of you are. But it's pretty cool. I'm excited for this. I will probably show up late because time zones will screw me every time.
Yep. Well, that's why I add them to my calendar. I forgot. Well, actually, I didn't forget. DJ CJ reminded us that we have some items that we could use. So if you want to engage those, or I can, this first one at least. Oh, you have to launch all of them at once?
Yeah, I don't know. But that's a good tip there, Mark. The Outlook allows you to add 3 time zones. And that's how I have my calendar set up for 3 time zones, because here at ATG, you know, we've got people across the country. And I deal with Michael, who's in Arizona. I'm here in Minnesota. I've got other folks in Eastern, and I can't keep track. So when we're looking at scheduling training or meetings or whatever, I use that Outlook function to give me 3, but I really need.
I use an app. It's called Time Buddy.
That's clever.
It's free for the iPhone because then you can just see. So like I have Phoenix because we never change, but we change 2 time zones, which is weird. So we do change, but.
Okay, question. Do we know if there's a way to see the event later if we've not paid to show the bosses if I can pay for next year? And that's always a good question, right? We come across this with other events. Autodesk University is one. Midwest University, this is one that ATG hosted before. And these conferences are great, but how do you convince your boss that you really need the money to go, right? Because yeah, there is a lot of good free content out there. YouTube, the ATG channel, Morning Coffee Revu, but paying $99 seems like a lot for a thing like this. But the benefit is that when you attend XCON, so if you start your day here in Morning Coffee Revu, and then you go to XCON today, and you go to XCON tomorrow, you're going to be leveled up, and you're going to know stuff that nobody else knows. So if you want that leg up, this is that spark that's going to let you know, see some new workflows, see some potential. I don't know what's going on there. I don't even know if there is anything that they're teasing software wise, but if there was, this is where you're going to hear it.
Yep. They're going to do that in the product keynote, though. I'm thinking. Tomorrow. And those are recorded and will be sent out for free. So if you wanted to just get some information about that, and also in terms of what workflows, right? You don't know what you don't know until you know it. So these are great ways to figure out new workflows on what other people are utilizing Revu for to kind of help push the envelope on what you're currently doing in Revu.
Absolutely. And I see this comment from Doug, and I'm gonna mention it. If you can't get your boss to spend $100 on professional development, change bosses. And I agree. I mean, there's a part where it's like it's $100 I'll pay out of my own pocket, but at the same time, professional development is huge, especially in today's more competitive market. There's all sorts of things going on. And another plug. If you're looking to change bosses, we're always hiring over here at ATG.
We sure are.
So if you want to talk Bluebeam or Civil 3D or Revit or anything Autodesk, Bluebeam, Esri, come on over. We got room for you. So I'll throw that out there as well.
Secondary plug there.
Yeah.
You need a plug sound.
I think I will. I'm curious to see some of these classes because I don't know a whole lot of the names presenting, and I know some of the names, but I've never seen them present. And
I agree. So it'll be interesting to see how these are presented. The one thing that that is a great factor about this Morning Coffee Revu. If we can't finish it up, we can come back to it. Right? It is an hour, but I'm wondering time constraint wise, 45 minutes to show a workflow and get the point across. That's the one thing that kind of bugs me about these more conferences is 45 minutes. Hopefully he can get enough, or anyone that we attend, enough information across that we can digest. I haven't seen any handouts because that would be helpful, right? If you can't get enough information across, there is a handout. Look at this.
Oh,
that's cool.
11 megs. So you can see this because you're logged into your thing.
Oh, it's a PowerPoint.
Oh, so see, I don't know. Do we want to open that live on the air?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it.
You're gonna open it on the screen.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
See, this might be something that's only available.
Good catch,
because
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna open. Let me pause my screen and open it real quick.
I know we've got friends at Bluebeam, but I don't know if we've got friends that like us that much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I'm not going to open it up. That's a good thought.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble. Maybe XCon's different from the folks that we deal with here at Bluebeam or here at ATG, but we do sincerely appreciate the partnership we have, and I'm so thankful that Amanda was able to join you last week. I tuned in. I watched that yesterday, and I was so jealous I wasn't able to participate. But I'm so glad that Bluebeam was able to come in and spread some love around.
Yes, it was great having Amanda on. Listen to her advice on things that she's learned about review, transitioning over to their aspect of what she does over there. It was awesome having her feedback. She actually had some things that I didn't know as well for that SharePoint item, which was great. I actually used that in a conversation with a client the other day. And thank you, Ed, for liking our Morning Coffee Review series. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you all. That is for sure.
Definitely.
So do we want to do some of these poll questions? I'm just going to launch it.
Yeah, launch the poll. So we're going to try something new here. Ooh, look at this. We haven't done this before. Wait, I think I'm going to answer too. Is that going to mess up everybody's stuff?
No, you just watch.
Oh, I can't even. Oh, I can just see that, but I can't answer myself. This is cool. Look at this. Sorry to mess up Morning Coffee Review for you. Look at this. We got new toys. We got new equipment.
Yes, Matt. If it's in person, we will definitely be trying our best to get out there. For sure, we've internally talked about that as well. So we'll be able to meet you in person and say hello if they have an in-person conference next year. Did I freeze?
Nope.
Oh, you froze. You were thinking.
I was thinking. Not that I froze. I was thinking, which is almost even worse.
Yeah, because you were not moving. I was like, I guess I froze. I'll wait here for a second.
Well, see, the thing is, I was talking about XCON, and then our teammate there, Brian, was like, "Hey, I want to go too." Okay. So I'm just trying to coordinate, spread the love a little bit.
Always.
Yeah. All right. So what in the world is XCON? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It would be like, well, hopefully next time we'll go out and if we do see you, Ed, we'll buy you a beer. At least I will. I don't know if Jason's going to hand that out or not. I will.
See, conferences in person and drinking is they kind of go hand in hand. Whether we're drinking coffee like we are now, or perhaps a nice adult beverage. But I look forward to the day, Ed. Someday you and me are going to cheers, and it's going to be awesome. So let's make it happen. Whether it be at XCon in the future, Autodesk University, Midwest University, there's got to be something where our paths will cross. I'm looking forward to it.
It's in California, right? Is
that
where it was last year?
I don't know where
it was. Actually, it was in the Pacific Northeast, right? Last year.
I don't know. Did anybody go to XCon last year that's on the call?
So not last year, 2020,
2019. I want to say it was like either Chicago, because I know they have an office in Chicago, or
Austin.
Austin.
Okay.
Austin's pretty cool. I'll be there in a couple weeks. Last one was in DC. There you go. That's what it was. Washington, DC. That's another place I've never been to. I really want to go.
See, that's
So I've seen DC, I've seen Chicago, and I think there was a San Diego one in there at 1.2. So these are all places that I've got no problem going to. So
we have some good polling numbers here. About 43% are not going this year. And 36 are, of course.
What's funny is DC, David's comment, the mall in DC is history buffs Disney World. And that's exactly why I want to go. I don't care about the politics or anything else. I want to go to the mall and see some dorky history stuff. It's amazing. I will geek out at a dinosaur skeleton or whatever else I can.
I'm a history buff too.
Yeah, there's got to be all sorts of cool things. So very cool. Thanks for sharing your experiences and your information about DC. This year's virtual. Let's hope the world gets back on track and we can all be in person, because apparently now Michael's buying me and Ed beers, and we need to
I didn't say
that.
you.
What?
I said I would get Ed a beer, and I said I don't know if Jason will buy you a beer. I'm just kidding, Jason. Come on.
We'll see if I can get an expense card for that by then. Okay.
Next question. In case you're interested in the career with these jokers at ATG.
It would be, man, whatever, Randy.
We're always learning, so it's not that intimidating. We're always helping teammates out, or vice versa, right? There's things that I don't know all the time, and I have to ask questions. It's just, that's what we're here at ATG. We're a team. I'm here to help out anyone that needs it as well. But back to XCON. So this is my first one here. Let's see what my second one is. Second one in the day is generating and managing PDFs. I'm here more for the managing part, because there's a lot that you could do with 3D PDFs, to see if I can pick up any more knowledge. The other two classes was collaboration. I'm pretty well informed, I think, and I could always learn more. So maybe I'll rewatch this if I'm able to for this part of the studio. Also, the integration, Bluebeam Revu into your design process, right? That's more starting out, I thought more of. So I'm doing the managed 3D PDFs. And
that'll be a good one, because I've had a lot of questions the past couple of weeks about 3D PDFs, and there's some compatibility issues between Bluebeam and Adobe, and I'm really curious because I didn't know some of that. So this would be cool to check out.
I do know you can't open 3D PDFs on your iPad, though. It's frustrating.
Yep. We have tried that.
So it'll be interesting to see this one. So I'll be doing that one. And then I wasn't able to make the other ones because I have meetings, but I do have one not after this one. And this one is prepping your documents to use in the field. I just want to see where any more value added could be done for us. So the other three here are generating accurate bids, and then 3 creative workflows for your schematic design tool. But I'll be doing this one. There is one that I'm excited about tomorrow.
Is that the JavaScript one?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say,
Liz.
I feel like make sure one of us is going there. I'm excited for that.
From Liz. So let's see, Wednesday.
Yep, you heard me. You heard it here, folks. Before, and a couple months ago, we talked JavaScript, and I got all scared, and I was like, I don't know about that. But now I'm kind of on board. I want to go down this rabbit hole. So I'm gonna go check out this JavaScript. Part of it is because of the host, because Liz is awesome. But also I want to see what all is possible. And it's always great when you can learn from someone who, has used that in the real world.
Yeah, I want to see what more we could do with JavaScripting. I haven't delved too much into learning the language, but I definitely want to learn more about the kind of open-ended API that Revu has to offer, and see what kind of more we can do with it. So this will be cool to see kind of from that end and mindset of being able to do this. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. There's a lot of good stuff here. And that's where it's like, yeah, it's virtual and yeah, it's recorded, but $99. I mean, you can hardly buy a cup of coffee for that anymore. Just kidding.
Stretch there, but.
Oh, yeah. Everything's so expensive. I was looking at hotels the other day and like, really? That much for that? I don't know about this. So $99 seems like a bargain. Where am I buying coffee? Yeah. Cost per credit hour makes it very cheap. There you go. Now that's a good question. Is this a credited thing? Do you get the credits for AIA or one of the other learning development hours or whatever they call them? You do. Thanks for that, Matt. So that's huge. So for anybody who does have a professional licensure or, anything where they need to do that, maintenance and that credentials, that's really cheap. So that'd be great. Technically, I'm probably supposed to do some of that for one of my credentials, but whatever.
And then I think there's going to be that on that Wednesday to the product keynote. Let's see if they list anything that they're going to. Of course, they don't give sneak peeks.
And products, Bluebeam's product vision for 2021 and beyond. See, this is where are they talking about Bluebeam 2021? Because I thought that's not going to happen, right? It's going to stay Bluebeam 20 and then add on from there. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, hopefully.
It's just the product vision for 2021. I mean, so they don't year lock their editions anymore, 2021. So
right.
It's not review 2021, it's review 20 right now. And then it'll be review 21. And it doesn't matter what year you're on.
It's just coincidental.
Yeah.
We're in the year
if it gets released. Yeah. If it gets released this year. But I mean, this is just insight on Bluebeam's product vision, what's happening this year,
right,
and maybe more. There was a little hint about another product that they're creating that stay tuned to Bluebeam. So that's kind of for me like, hey, they're going to announce it. So definitely want to check it out and see what they're going to release.
I wish we had another poll thing here. What do you wish they would release? What would be handy? What's missing from your arsenal that would make your life easier? Put that in the chat or Q&A or something. I'm curious to see if there's anything that you're excited about. Let's see if who gets closest. I have no idea. I was trying to think, what would I hope that they're releasing? And I don't even have a hint,
That's a great way to raffle something off. What is the best hint thing that you wish value add could be added?
Yeah. Like there's a lot of good stuff. And I'm, I will not be one to criticize Bluebeam because you know how much I love the software, but I'm like trying to think out what would I be missing? And one of the things Chris just typed in, an Android app. That would be kind of nice. There is the iPad app. Okay, I take it back. I wish for the iPad app to get updated. I want the interface to match the desktop experience. Oh,
yeah. And I want there to be an app for your phone that can be a reduced marked up version that ties to your license that you automatically get.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you paid for your license, you own it. If you have maintenance, you get access to something like drawings, but you are able to mark up PDFs, right? And place like your punch walkthroughs would be a good item.
Yeah.
Are we involved in the bug? No, we are not. Currently, I haven't subscribed to the bug yet.
Well, a bug. So a bug is a Bluebeam user group. And that's one of the things where we looked into it. I'm up here in the basically Fargo area. There's a Facebook bug. So, as much as I hate Facebook these days, I might check it out. But I am interested in helping out with a bug. Now, since we are a platinum partner and technically the sales side of things, we can't host one ourselves, but we can partner with someone. So if there's a firm in the Fargo area that wants to start one up, maybe have your people talk to my people and we'll see what we can do. We can go, there's an Omaha one. We might be able to work something out. I would think the ATG would be happy to, participate or help out or sponsor in some way a user group because, yes, our Morning Coffee Revu is kind of a user group, right? We're trying to build that community, but there's nothing better than learning from your community, right? So folks there, in Omaha are probably doing stuff different than they do in Chicago or Arizona or whatever. And whenever we can share the knowledge that we get from working day to day, the better off we all are. So I'm 100% on board with that.
Yeah, because a lot of times, right, we're boxed into thinking in one way. I mean, I do it myself too when I am stuck on an issue where I can't think outside the box because I'm just drilled in on the specific scenario. And it's always good to get advice from someone that has an outside look in and is not tied to what you're currently doing. Happens to me all the time where I'm drilled in, can't think of a solution outside of the box, and I have to call in a teammate to have them view something that then gives me a different perspective that I wasn't even thinking about. And that's what we've been trying to do here is, different perspective of different workflows, gaining knowledge as a group, and also sharing what we have learned along the way with talking with many different clients about the solution of Bluebeam and Revu and all the other tools that Bluebeam has as well.
No doubt. There's a lot of good stuff here. And I had that conversation yesterday. I was doing a Bluebeam demo and it was like Bluebeam. Whoa. It's still just a review. There's still more in their arsenal. And it usually,
and maybe more after this to be announced.
Be pretty cool. I'm hopeful. Don't know what it'll be. As we mentioned, just give me an Android app or update the iPad app. I'm easy to please. But I'm guessing, they don't. If they're going to do something, they're going to do something. So it'll be exciting.
Yep. And on the training note, again, anytime if you ever have any questions, even today, if you're like, I need something that I've been trying to get solved and you guys are just having this Q&A about the keynote, we're here for you all. So if you have a question about Revu, feel free to ask us. We're here to help. So likewise with everyone in here, there's some folks that are really well-versed in Revu that like to sit in on these things. So if we can't answer it, sometimes they answer it for us, which is great. Again, the community aspect of this is key. But again, if you have any questions about Revu today, feel free to bring it up. We're just here to talk about the keynote and Q&A and give some stuff away. So
there's that
there'll be some items that we will be giving away. We are going to do at some point what's changed on my wall. So if you take kind of note of what my wall looks like today, how about, we didn't do a review video.
No. It's a teaser.
We'll do this at some point.
One of those things like, there's a lot going on back there. And maybe if you're playing Where's Waldo or one of those good things, if only they could print out a PDF and then run the document compare function in Bluebeam Revu. Boom. That'd make it easy. Anyway, I wonder if that would even work. Would it do pictures? Did we talk about this before?
You could run the OCR and see it, but it would just overlay them. So anything that doesn't align, I haven't done it with pictures yet. That'd be a great run through to see if it does overlay with pictures and if things align, that they will work.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Matt was telling me to get a picture of my wall and put it on my wall.
Ooh, that would be sneaky. We have a coworker here who, when we first, started doing more stuff with Zoom, he did that, recorded a video that had him like walking in the door. So he'd be, talking whatever, and then someone else would walk in the door, and it was kind of creepy out, but it was also him walking in the door. So it was kind of fun. Ooh.
That was so weird because it was almost obstruction of like, hey, it's kind of annoying, right? You're seeing something go through, but then it's funny at the same time because it's on repeat. So you see the same thing. You're like, oh, that's not a real person.
I might have to get one with the cat going back because she's been pretty unreliable.
I definitely can't have my cats in here because they're still kittens. They're about a year old and they'll just destroy things in here. Mainly my plants, which some aren't pet friendly. So
yeah, that's why my background changes, because sometimes the cat redoes redecorating for me, especially when I go out of town for a couple of weeks like I just did. I came back in, I'm like, oh man, I got work to do.
Yeah, I have a new plant growing here. It's going to be it'll be on my wall soon. It is a butterfly plant. It's a little sprout right now.
A butterfly plant.
Oh, it's stuck. Hold on.
Uh-oh. If you've ever wondered what Michael's chair looks like without him in it, there you go. We were talking about chairs the other day. Does anybody have any good recommendations for a good office chair or something you can sit in all day? I've got a pretty nice one, but it's starting to break down a little bit from sitting in it all the time.
These look like butterflies. See that?
Butterfly carrying a backpack or something. I mean, yeah. Oh, multiple butterflies kind of meeting in the center. Okay, I get you.
Yeah, it's called, I forget the name of it, the genius, but it actually just lost one of its wings right here because it got stuck to one of these traps I have.
Ooh, there we go. There's a good idea, Chris. I could do a 3D print of a pot with a butterfly. I could. Because all my stuff is 3D printed back here. Including, you gotta check this out, my bucket.
Oh, so yeah,
The drippy bucket.
you ended up doing it. That's cool.
One of my friends, Dave Savageau, that's his logo on the bottom. He designed this drippy bucket and then put it out there. He did it in Autodesk Fusion 360 and then put it out there on the Prusa website and Thingiverse and all these other places, and it's like blown up in popularity. It's really cool. It's a fun print. It all snaps together. So check it out.
Is the Bluebeam logo printed?
Not yet. So
I don't think yours is, right? Yeah.
No, that's a sticker that I have on top of a little bin box stretch cube. But we have a Morning Coffee Revu logo that our talented marketing department put together for us. And I have started that in Fusion 360 to do a 3D print, and I've got even the color of the Bluebeam logo in filament. It's going to look pretty cool. I'm going to put it right there in my wall. So that's going to happen one of these days. That'll be fun.
Yeah. That would be cool to see a little image of that and how it'll print out. The only thing I don't like about 3D printing is how the layers look. That you can tell it's 3D printed, right?
Oh,
you can see the layer.
There's tricks for that.
Like, do you sand it?
You can sand it. You can hit it with a torch. You can get a finer nozzle. There's all types of rabbit holes you can go down. But anyway, back on track. So, XCON. I'm excited. I've got a couple classes set up today for tomorrow. I'm excited. Thank you for putting in the fact that we'll be able to review those recorded sessions, because that's always handy to go back to. Heck, I was going back through some of our ATG Bluebeam stuff that we were putting out on our YouTube channel a little while ago because I didn't remember a certain workflow that Michael had worked through. So I like having those recordings.
Ooh, what workflow was it?
It was when you were configuring the tool set, something to do with the scales of the tool set.
Oh, applying a scale to a tool set, which is great.
Yeah, the only thing talking about that.
Yeah, the only thing about that is that you have to know the scale you're drawing it at, or you can always play around and rescale it to something different. So my recommendation is always, if you're having a custom tool set that's going to be to scale and you're an AutoCAD user, print it out at that scale or any design environment to that scale. And when you're copying or drawing over them, or even this can even be used for when you're using snippets, because another client yesterday said, well, I don't want to have to redraw all of them. We have all of them already. Well, great. Use the snapshot tool. And that could be your punch list item. That way, then you can scale it to whatever size that sheet was plotted at or printed at. So
that sounds pretty cool. I mean, I suppose we got about 15 minutes left on today's episode. We could actually open up review and show off a couple things as we're, this is what we do all day. So maybe with the software open, we can demonstrate some things, generate some questions. Of course, this is all about the community. So what are you guys working on? You got something that's kind of been bugging you? Did you come up with something cool that you want to show off? Let us know. Answer questions. If we've got anything over there in YouTube, those questions get ported over to us here on Zoom as well. So feel free to ask any questions. So what we're just talking about was I had a sort of a situation where I forgot what I was talking about. This happens a lot, believe it or not. And we're talking about scaling those tool sets. So this is just what Michael had pulled up. You can create different tool chests. Again, side note, create a profile for this type of work. So let's say preliminary design. Create a profile for preliminary design, and I'm going to have a tool chest which contains different to scale items. Maybe I've got fixtures. Maybe I've got furniture. Maybe I've got windows. Maybe I've got none of those things because I'm a civil guy and I don't care about architectural elements. In my case, I'd have structures or catch basins or manholes or water valves or fire hydrants or whatever. But configure them to scale makes it really easy to lay those things out. So there we go. Set scale.
So I'm just going to be the example as you talk me through it, or do you want me to talk through it?
So first, Chris asks, what scale should they be created in? So in this drawing, you're set to something I forgot already.
So this is set regardless. It's what am I setting this markup to, right? It will set to a preset of what this is, but you can create a custom one so you can calibrate it and say, hey, you know what? From here to here, that is a 3-foot door, right? Is what I could say. That way, then it applies the scale to that markup. So when I go somewhere else, like this sheet here, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to do 2 sheets. I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to do a viewport to show you that you can have 2 scales, but how they scale next to each other. So this is a 1/16 of an inch equals a foot. I'm going to create a secondary viewport here. That's under here. And there's a blog on this, by the way. We have a blog on both of these. So if you're looking for more textual written items, we have it. I'm just going to apply a viewport over here. That's a different scale. That was that original one, which was 32. So now anything that enters this box will be at 3/32 equals a foot. My whole sheet, though, is at a 1/16 of an inch equals a foot. So from here, though, I can go to my tool set and place my door that I have. We'll just place it. The door's bigger. That's fine. But then as I come over to here, it's scaling up, right?
Ooh, that's a fun trick. So if you're making a brand new symbol, though, would you create that in that 1/16, or would you do 3/32, or it doesn't matter because you can change it after the fact?
You can change it after the fact, but it's better to know what your original item was because you want it to be accurate as well, right? So I'm making sure that this distance is 3 feet, right? So my door representation is a 3-foot O, or what is that? Yeah. So from here, that's what I originally wanted it to be. So it was regardless of what I originally drew that, because I'm just saying that that's what that is. I have some clients that will send me a sheet and I'll trace over at whatever scale their original one was. I don't prefer to do snippets or my snapshots because snapshots can't hold as much data as grouped elements. So they can, they're just hosted in a different method. So it's just up to you on how you're going to be doing that. Would I create it in the most commonly used scale? It's up to you again. So if I'm going to go and draw something, I could just have a sheet here. I can just go new and I can get ready to just draw whatever I'd like. We'll just do this here, like a triangle or some sort, right? I'm drawing it at whatever scale I want to, or in thinking of, right? But what really comes into play is what is the set distance? Because no matter what from here, I can group this or have it already placed as an item, right? Because you can have drawing mode or properties mode, and I can just dump it into here. And you're just making sure that whatever scale it was at is the total size of what you wanted it to be, right? Originally. So if you're plotting from AutoCAD, it was an 1/8 of an inch scale, great. Then you're going to set the scale already at an 1/8 of an inch because that's the size that you wanted to be plotting out at, right? Same thing here. If I go back into here now, we can test this one and see what this looks like, right? And did it work originally for me or did it not work at what it was supposed to be placed at? So,
and this is where you can also rename your tool chest. So you could have design symbols 1/8 inch, design symbols 1/2 inch, whatever. You could do it that way too, which also would work. But we do have that capability here in Revu where you can automatically set that scale, which is pretty cool.
Yep. And hey, maybe that's not what it was supposed to be. I can reset my scale, right? So I can go down and say, you know what? This distance from here to here was actually supposed to be not 3 foot. It's supposed to be, I don't know, 2. Right. And then we can go back and replace our new one. And there we go.
But okay, it will not rescale objects that are already inserted into the drawing though, correct?
Markups, correct. Yep.
Yeah. That would be cool if it did, but no.
No, because it's already placed. Yep, you do. Or you could do this, uncheck it, place your new one, right? And then recheck it and then place your scaled one.
Yeah, if your dynamic scale is toggled on, it can cause issues. So keep in mind that little icon right there. Pretty sneaky. But
Or
very cool. I like this workflow. You know, coming from an AutoCAD background, we're dealing with blocks and all that stuff for years and years and years. This is pretty easy. And, you know, it's getting more and more where folks are adapting to Bluebeam Revu instead of CAD software, because our CAD software is getting so complex. There's so many different things. Do I need, you know, Revit or Civil 3D or this or this or this? Maybe I don't need that. Maybe I just want to show preliminary drawings, preliminary layouts, and my handwriting is terrible and I'm not an art student. You know, I can go through here in Revu, have those symbols configured for me, you know, maybe ask nicely. Someone can make those symbols like those doors and those windows. And then all you got to do is just use Revu, which, as we've demonstrated, can be customized. Give me a profile that just shows me what I need. I can get in, do my work, and get out. You know, that's awesome.
And have them all preloaded, right? As I'm getting ready to install. There was actually a client the other day that asked about how to run updates. Like Jason was saying earlier, we've done a morning coffee actually about deployment updates with our good old Kyle Davis, our senior support specialist. And he talked about all of that. So again, anytime in our morning coffee reviews, they're recorded, they're on YouTube. Go back, check them out. We have a lot of workflows that we've talked through if you're having any questions. And they're all labeled from our lovely DJ CJ, who takes care of all the work in the back behind the scenes. And we wouldn't have this if it wasn't for her. She makes it all possible in the background.
I was just going to say, like, we've struggled before. Like, I don't remember, was that March? Was that April? We've been doing this for a while, but magically someone's got our back and went and labeled them so we can go through and easily see, oh, look, May 17th or whatever. We talked about deployments. Go check it out. It's pretty cool.
So yeah, we had the ability to go through and set scales. Again, there are blogs about this. You can go and check them out on the resource pages. I have them listed on my LinkedIn as well. So if you want to go to my LinkedIn, there's publications down at the bottom that list all of the items that we've talked about here today as well. What else was there, Jason? We have 6 minutes left. Have we come up with some great ideas for how we're going to give away these things? Or
I was told DJ CJ's got it all under control. She's got her own ideas. We're going to let her do her thing. So with that way, we're not picking favorites.
I thought she had her ideas of taking care of getting them out to people. So I think you might have misunderstood that. Am I correct?
Me and misunderstanding, we go together like coffee and a cup. I was saying cream and sugar, but that's
we have
not for me.
6 minutes left. So we definitely want to give it to people that were here all day.
Pick people in the chat who that's cheating, David. That seems too easy, right? Too easy.
Definitely want to have people that were able to attend all day and hang out and have some good conversation with us. So
can we pick ATG employees? Is that cheating?
Yes. Don't ATG employees.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll just say, keep an eye out for your email. And as always, regardless of you're chosen or not, thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for joining us today and every day. And even if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, thanks for clicking on our link. We couldn't do this without you, the whole community. I hope that you learn stuff, because I learned stuff. Michael learned stuff. We can all seize to gain from this. Seize to gain.
Yeah, something like that. But we do listen to your reviews. And if you are saying that your speaker is at a 4, not a 5 or a 3 or a 2, please let us know what we can do better. the number is great, but I don't know what it correlates to in terms of how we're performing on here and how we could become better for you all, right? Because this is again about you. So at the end, please leave us some suggestions on what you want to hear. And if you do think we are doing a poor job, let us know why. We need to know the why to fix the problem.
That's right. And Chris, thank you for this, because Chris put in a comment. We're talking about wish list items. So we're backing up a little bit, just backtracking a little bit. We're talking about what would Bluebeam announce that would make us really happy. And we talked about Android and Apple updates. Using LiDAR to make a 3D PDF, that's a good one, because we deal with a lot of point clouds here at ATG. We have our own reality capture team that goes out and captures point clouds for different folks. And I've got a lot of that data because I've helped them out and I've done some of the scanning myself. And I have that, and I was trying to make a 3D PDF out of it because that's a great way to share that information, right? There are other ways, of course. We've got tricks with Recap and InfraWorks and BIM 360, but a 3D PDF, you don't have to install anything for that. That's pretty cool. So I like that one. Thanks for that, Chris.
Yeah, and with the whole LiDAR on our iPhones, right? Apple just released the 13, which I think all of them come with it too. I do know the Pros came with it this time around on the 12s. So I'll have to look and see if LiDAR comes with all 13s, but definitely the Pros iPhones. So the ability to do LiDAR scanning on your mobile device, right? Then from there, just on your iPhone, turning it into a 3D PDF would be pretty cool.
I'm sorry, you started speaking a different language there for a minute. You started saying Apple, and then the rest came out just like,
hey, you said you like your iPad mobile device versus your Surface Pro. So
there's
can't hold me hostage there on that one.
No, the LiDAR functionality in the iPhones does make me think I kind of want to go back. Good old Note 20 Ultra's still kicking, but we got less than a year left on the whole contract, and it might be time to go back to the big A or little A. We'll see what happens.
Yes, I used it, Chris, to scan when I was trying to put up, not trying, I did end up doing it, a barn door in our master bedroom. And all I had to do was scan it to get my dimensions versus I could have taken a tape measure, I know. But I wanted to know what it was going to look like. So I did a LiDAR scan of it. It's pretty cool.
And for someone who does a bunch of 3D printing and stuff, that would be pretty handy for me too. So that's where it seems pretty cool. So hopefully Android will step up their game and play catch up there. I did want to pass on this comment. Thanks for this, Matt. The Surface needs to upgrade their camera for field documentation. The iPad excels. And that makes me think, I haven't taken a whole lot of pictures with my Surface Pro. Perhaps I'll go do that today. I'll take my iPad and my Surface Pro out and find some things to take pictures of, because we can talk about those things a lot here on Morning Coffee Revu about comparing the Surface Pro versus the iPad for field workflows and everything else.
And you got a new Mini, right? Because my old Mini camera is not the greatest.
No, I have just the regular iPad. So it's not the Mini, it's not the Pro, it's the regular old one, and it's
but it's new
one. Yeah,
it's like the newest gen.
Maybe.
Okay, except for the one they just released, but yeah.
I was trying to be frugal with my decision.
Yeah, but they also have, in terms of editions, cameras. If it's a newer edition, better camera, because mine's an older edition and the camera's terrible. From what I use now, I guess would be the caveat, right? If you've never used a camera from Apple, then you're probably like, oh, this is great. But compared to my iPhone 12 Pro, it's not great at all. So,
yep, that's what happens. And speaking of which, we are at our time. So as much as Michael would love to talk about iPhones and iPads and stuff like that, we've got a big day ahead of us. I'm gonna get some work done, and then I'm gonna sneak over to watch some XCON stuff. I hope you all get the opportunity to check out XCON as well. And next week, join us a couple minutes early. Let us know what XCON classes stood out for you, because we can go back and watch those videos. I might not watch all of them, but if there's something compelling, I want to hear about it. So thanks for joining us. Matt, your first time here at Morning Coffee Review. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you again. And all of you out on YouTube land, thanks for tuning in. This really makes my day.
Same, likewise. And we'll see you all next week, where we will be back into review, actually talking about workflows versus talking with each other. So feel free to see, hopefully, a video. I'm looking at Jason intensely because we will make one. I promise either him or myself will be in one to tell you all what we're going to be talking about next week for our next Morning Coffee Review series. But if not, have fun at XCON, everyone. We look forward to hearing what you learned, and we'll see you all next time.
All right, take care, everybody.